If I wake up tomorrow morning, the GPS systems around the world suddenly went offline. Who do you think broke down first? Delivery person? Taxi driver? Or those who still can't find their way when driving? Neither of them is. The one that first had problems. It might be a bank. Next comes the communication network. Then comes the aviation system. Ultimately, it might even affect the entire country's infrastructure. What is even more contrary to common sense is the GPS system that supports all this operation. The annual maintenance costs amount to several $billions. But billions of users all over the world use it. But it has never required any payment. Why? Why does the United States feel willing to make such expensive technologies freely available to the entire world? And when you know the answer, you may find the most expensive free service in the world. It has never been free. Many people think GPS is the navigation software installed in mobile phones. In fact, it's completely wrong. The mapping software is not GPS. The navigation app is not the GPS. The true identity of GPS? It is a space network that covers the entire Earth. On an orbit 20,000 kilometers away from the Earth, dozens of satellites are continuously operating. They send signals to the Earth 24 hours a day. Tell all the receivers two things. Who am I? Where am I? Your mobile phone simultaneously receives information from multiple satellites. By calculating the time it takes for the signal to travel, then one can figure out their own location. It sounds simple, but in fact, each time of positioning, your mobile phone is engaged in a complex mathematical calculation, and it repeats every second. Here comes the question. Since it's so powerful, why is the United States willing to make it freely available? The answer should start with the Cold War, the origin of GPS. It has nothing to do with navigation. It was originally a secret weapon of the US military in the 1970s. The United States is facing a difficult problem. If the missile travels thousands of kilometers, how can one know its location? If the warship is in the deep ocean, how to navigate accurately? If the fighter jet is conducting a long-range mission, how to ensure not getting lost? So, 1973. The GPS project has been officially launched. There is only one goal: provide military services. At the very beginning, ordinary people simply cannot use it, even if the signal can be received. The accuracy was deliberately reduced. The error could be as much as several hundred meters. Until 2000, the United States suddenly made a decision. Remove the restrictions on civilians. Make high-precision GPS available globally. From that day on, the world has changed. But the real problem has also emerged. Why did the United States do this? Many people think the United States has made GPS completely free for public use. It's because of generosity. In fact, it was more like a masterful arrangement. Reason 1. The number of users has increased. The cost will hardly increase. The satellite is already in orbit. 10 people can use it. Used by 1 billion people. The maintenance costs are basically the same. In that case, there is no harm in being open. But the second reason is what really matters: standard. When it comes to global aviation, shipping, logistics, finance, internet, when all is based on GPS, GPS is not just a navigation system, and it has become a global standard. Just like the internet protocol, just like the dollar system, just like a computer operating system, who holds the standard? Then that person will have influence. And the third reason, more realistic: business. After the GPS was made available, the navigation industry has exploded. Map software was born. Ride-hailing services came into existence. The food delivery industry was born. The sharing economy has emerged. Autonomous driving is beginning to develop. Although the United States did not charge users, however, it has created an industrial value of trillions of dollars. So sometimes, the one that really makes money, it's not the charging itself. Instead, make everyone follow your rules. Here is a little-known fact. It may overturn the perceptions of many people. The most important function of GPS. Actually, it's not about positioning. Rather, it is about timing. In simple terms, tell the whole world what time it is now. On each GPS satellite, all of them are equipped with high-precision atomic clocks. The error is so small that it is beyond imagination, and in modern society, extremely dependent on a unified time frame. Bank transfers need to be synchronized. Stock trading requires synchronization. The communication network requires synchronization. the power system needs to be synchronized. A large number of financial institutions, the real reason for relying on GPS. Even not the location, it is time. If the GPS timing suddenly ceases, many systems tend to malfunction before the navigation fails. So, GPS is more like a super clock floating in space. Navigation. It's just an additional feature, the last piece of trivia. And it is also the most magical. The GPS is functioning properly. Surprisingly, one has to thank Einstein. According to the theory of relativity, time is not fixed and unchangeable. The satellite is moving at high speed. Time will slow down, get away from the Earth's gravity. Time will pass more quickly again. Both effects exist simultaneously. This causes the satellite time to be different from the ground time. If the engineers do not correct these errors, the GPS will deviate by more than 10 kilometers every day. In other words, every time you open the navigation. In fact, all of this is indirectly verifying the theory of relativity. A theory from over 100 years ago. I am silently helping you find your way home. From military plans, to global infrastructure, from the secret weapon, to the free service. GPS has changed the entire world. But it also leaves a question worth pondering. If the value of a technology amounts to tens of trillions of dollars, billions of people around the world rely on it. It has always been free and open to the public. So, is it really providing services? Or is it about establishing a deeper level of influence? If one day, GPS, Beidou, Galileo, and GLONASS all disappeared, how long do you think the modern society can continue to function normally? 1 day? 1 week? How many hours? Please feel free to leave your answers in the comment section. See you next time.